Because I know with ours also sometimes if because we did get a bigger one. I had a tiny one just for the PC. That
Let's not do that, and let's unmute the VC. Okay, good. We are back. Hello, everybody. That was very unfortunate. So basically, what happened there? It was load shedding, and I have a very expensive backup system, but sometimes it goes a bit nuts in the switchover. So yeah, that's what happened, and the whole PC shut down. So I had to restart. Hopefully, we'll get everybody back. We'll give it a little bit of okay. Hopefully everybody's stuck around. So good to have you here, and welcome back. And now actually I realize I'm on the now I'm on the wrong. I need to go there, and then I need to go there. Everybody is still here. Wonderful. Okay, so Mike, I was in the middle of asking you, Leoxy. I was talking about how quickly did it become clear that you guys had something special here.
Yeah, so like I said, I knew pretty early on that we had great potential, and it was just a matter of time until we could actually find the right keys. And I'm very lucky that all three of the players are very, very coachable, and they can adapt really well to what we find basically on different teams, how we beat different teams. And I think what made us improve so much is kind of the linear progress that we had during the whole split, and we pretty much like didn't hit a plateau like once. We were just always slowly but surely improving during the whole split, and I think that's what allowed us to get those three top twos. Yeah.
All right, good. Well, I'm going to ask a question and then go sort out my mic because apparently my mic has spazzed out during the shutdown as well. So I'll try and fix that. All right. Well, now let's get into what Werty. Let's go to you. What does your world look like now that there's? Well, do you have a passport, Werty?
I do thankfully have a passport.
Sweaty Clarence.
I do have a passport.
Very good. Okay, so that's at least that problem out the way. So what happens now, Werty? You're going to Germany. What has to happen logistically? We'll get into the Rocket League side of it, but what happens now?
Paperwork, tons of paperwork that Noob Slice, I'm sure, is not happy that I'm not doing just yet. But yeah, we have a lot of forms to fill in and things to do and visas to get, and then we can try and make our plan happen. Because yeah, it's so much to do actually.
All right, cool. Now, Werty, what do you do outside of Rocket League? I mean, is there a job somewhere you have to get leave from, or university? What outside of Rocket League? What do you have to sort out?
I am a uni student. I have been there since 2021. So yeah, uni. Thank goodness. I think we shouldn't have much to do during the time of Worlds. I think it'll just be either starting or somewhat still on holiday. I'm pretty sure it would be like the first week. So I will send an email and pray. That is my plan of action for now.
All right, cool, fair enough. And what about you, Sweaty? What do you have to get sorted out so you can get yourself to Worlds?
I basically all I need is a visa. Yeah, which it can be a pain because I live in East London, obviously, and all the embassies are like in Pretoria and Cape Town and that.
Okay.
So I might have to make a trip by plane to Cape Town. Yeah. It's rough, but it's worth it in the end.
No, of course it is. And what do you do outside of Rocket League?
So I play a bit of tennis for my school, and then I go to the gym a lot. I find that when I'm going to the gym, I'm happy and I'm playing good Rocket League, and my mental's good with everything in Rocket League and outside of Rocket League. Yeah. I'm still in school. I'm in matric, my final year. So yeah.
All right, good. Give me 1 second. I'm going to. I figured out what was going. Okay, good. I think my microphone should be now sorted out. So let me know in chat if that sounds better. Okay, so you're obviously going to have to take a bit of time off school to get to Worlds, and is there general support for you around doing that?
I would say so. My parents are quite strict when it comes to missing school. My mom is actually a teacher, so it never really goes well. Yeah. So it's been a challenge. But my school, I had a meeting with them today,
Okay.
just to talk about the situation, and then they said it shouldn't be a problem because it's not during any of my exams, because I write prelims only like 2 weeks after we get back
Okay.
from Worlds. Yeah.
Well, while we're on that subject, how do your parents feel about this whole Rocket League thing? Do they understand it? Do they know what's going on? Do they watch the games, or what's the dynamic there?
So my parents kind of only ever found out that I did this the day after we qualified for Wildcard.
Oh my word!
Yeah, so they've only known for a few days now. But thankfully they are very supporting. Yeah.
Do your parents know that you're live on Twitch and a podcast right now?
They don't, but yeah, they don't. No.
Okay, Sweaty. I think you and your parents need to have a conversation soon. But okay, fine. Well, that's kind of cool and interesting. So
Yeah.
let's turn our attention now. And Leoxy, maybe I'll come to you for this, because what does the Rocket League preparation look like? I mean, have you discussed a plan? I don't know. I mean, and I don't know if the org conversation should happen first, because obviously there might be an issue with the boot camp. What has been the conversation about the Rocket League preparation?
Right. Well, I mean, the org conversation right now takes priority because once we do find an org, then we can actively know where we're going to be boot camping, and this is why Orti was talking about the paperwork mess.
Yes.
That is quite a struggle. I can't lie, but what the Rocket League preparation is looking like is basically finding a boot camp for a bit more over a week before Dusseldorf, and all meeting up in EU, going to boot camp, and honestly just grinding out a lot of scrims, a lot of ranked, a lot of building chemistry all together and having fun, and enjoying the experience, because after all, we're all really happy that we're just going to be able to share this all together. So yeah.
Okay, and then, well, now Werty, let's talk about expectations. I mean, we're all. I don't think any of us are pretending there isn't a massive skill gap that we're all working to close and so on. And given that, I mean, you've just qualified, so I don't know what conversations there has been around expectation for Worlds and how far you want to go and how well you think you can do there.
I think we have no real meter to gauge what will happen, but we do know, again, that somehow we play very well when we don't really care about any sort of result. Our job is to make it as far as possible. Naturally, we want to at least try and be competitive against certain regions, do very, very decently against others, and then just test to see what happens against NAU, South America. One good gauge that I just realized that we could have is Limitless are going to Games 8. So if they pull something out of the bag there, or we see very promising results, there's something that we can sort of build off of and understand what we should be thinking. But again, I think it's more take it one game at a time and enjoy it. There's no point in stressing too much about what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Isn't Gamers 8 after afterwards.
Yes.
Gamers Aid is afterwards?
Yes.
I think it is.
I think it is, but
we
it's
would
still
have
still a way
any-
to judge
Yeah.
how they compare.
True, okay. I didn't know that. Wow. I'm actually impressed, dude.
No, well, it was before Worlds last year, which so we were kind of all expecting the same thing, but now it's going to be after, which does change the dynamic. Werty, have you been out of the country?
I have been out of the country. Only once for Rocket League. I went for the Commonwealth Games thing in England.
Oh,
That was
okay.
it.
Wow. Okay. And Sweaty?
I've been a few times. I have family in England, so we visit them every few years. And then I've been on holiday to Croatia and Mauritius. Yeah.
Okay. So you've got a bit of travel under your belt, so that's
Yeah.
good. All right. Well, now has there been any interest from orgs at this point? Anyone sniffing around? Have there been conversations around that? Werty, I guess I'll start with you.
I don't think we're at liberty to say no. Leoxy? Question mark?
Very okay. Well, let me ask the broad question: Are conversations happening?
Yes.
Are
Yes.
there favorable conversations happening?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see how far I can push this. Probably not too much further than that. Multiple conversations or a very specific conversation?
Multiple.
Nice. Okay. Well, that's encouraging. I have to tell you it was bizarre to come to the realization on Monday morning that we've got a team going to the wild card that is unsigned. I mean, it's just madness. So I'm encouraged. I won't push you any further just yet. I might sneak in a question and see if one of you slip up and answer it later. But for now, a question I didn't ask in one of the why French class? I mean, there's how did that name come happen? Why French class?
So obviously, when we first joined, we didn't know what to call ourselves, so we didn't really worry about that. But after a few scrims, we decided to. Leoxy kind of taught us a bit of French.
Okay.
Me and Woody were kind of interested. So I was like, Leoxy, what does insane mean in French? And he was like, Dungaree, or something in his French accent. so that kind of stuck. So then Leoxy kind of suggested, our name should be French class.
Okay.
Because you guys are like my students. So yeah.
Okay. I never took it that way. That's actually okay. That's
Yeah,
a class led by the French.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. And that brought me to the next question that I wanted to ask earlier is Willu, with the language issue and clearly Leoxy, you're quite proficient in English, and I've heard Willu, and English speakers are lazy. We know this, that we're not in a hurry to learn other languages. But how much of an issue has the language barrier been, and how has that been overcome? Leoxy, that's for you.
Yeah. I mean, believe it or not, Willow has a pretty above average English for French speakers because, French people, I think Europeans in general, are known to be very bad at languages, and the French especially. So, honestly, Willow, I couldn't complain at the start. I mean, I definitely think he's improved from the start of the season, but there are still some. I can see Werty nodding. There are still some pretty funny moments with translating issues, And but I mean, I think in actual Rocket League, it's not a problem at all because he's been used to calling out in English, so that's not really a problem for us.
Okay. And then Leoxy, I don't know if you can answer it, and I'll see if Sweaty and Werty have an opinion on it. I still don't understand why this tiny little island is producing so many Rocket League players, and I'm in lower ranks, as sort of the champ range of ranks, and the number of reunion players just it blows me away, and I just like, why are there so many Rocket League players coming out of Reunion Island? And good ones. They're terrifying. I hate them.
That's, I mean, yeah, that's a great. I mean, there's such a big, like Rocket League, but also esports and gaming community in actual France that I think kind of transfers to Reunion as well. And I think, I mean, I don't know if I can really say this, but Willow has kind of, inspired a lot of Reunionese players, which I think is really great. They have someone to look up to, and he's also like very present in the community. Like he's very down to earth with the whole island. He still goes to the lands, to the events. He's still in calls with all of the players, and I think that builds a really active and strong community around it that is also supported by the French community. So I think there's kind of a flow of players coming in because it's becoming like bigger and bigger, and Willow is only helping that,
Yes.
So yeah.
And then, I mean, despite the number of players that they have, I mean, they haven't made I mean, we've had reunion players in and around. We've had teams that have qualified for main events. But Werty, do you expect to see more Reunion Island players sort of featuring sort of in top 8, top 4 in seasons to come?
I think there's definitely a possibility. At the end of the day, it's who wants to work harder to make it happen. But I think they at a very good level now to really start pushing for next season, especially because of his teammates who play with him in the reunion tournaments. I think they're learning a lot from him, because you can see that like whatever we learn and we take into experience sort of channels down based on how many people you manage to interact with, and they sort of pick up on it too. And it's nice to see. You can kind of see everyone's kind of catching up and really flourishing.
All right, and then and Sweaty, I'm going to ask you the question because you're the newest member of the team. But at the end of last season, we called it the roster apocalypse because there wasn't a roster in the region that survived, and I think that was fair enough, because Werty, you alluded earlier about people made decisions very, very quickly because we were thrust into RLCS. We had like 6 weeks to get prepared and get going, and so it was like, have you got a team? You're not on a team? Great. Well, now we're on a team together, and then and then personalities or issues and whatever, and we had the season to kind of work it out. And by the end of the season, it was like, okay, we need to almost start from scratch. I do think we're going to see a similar sort of a thing. I think a lot of rosters are going to change in the off season before the start of the next. And I was looking around at all of the top 8 teams, the top 12 teams. And in my estimation, I don't think many of them are going to stay together. But what is the general view of you guys as a roster going into next season? And Sweaty, I'm asking you unfairly because you're the brand new guy.
I'm pretty sure we are all kind of sold on the fact that we are gonna team next season together, because why wouldn't we? We've already achieved so much in such a short amount of time. Imagine if we keep on improving, and especially going to Worlds, how it will help our gameplay and all of that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I can't speak for the other boys, but I'd say that I'm definitely gonna try to stick with him for next season.
Werty?
I'm more than happy. Hello, I finally found homies to play Rocket League with. I enjoyed the game again. Life is good. Worlds is a bonus, man. Enjoying the game is so much fun now.
And you're the oldest of the clan there, Werty. Sorry, Leoxy, how old are you? By the way, I didn't ask you that.
I am 17, actually.
Okay, then Werty, you are the old gentleman. At 20, it's like you're almost cresting the hill there. Werty, how many seasons of RLCS have you got left?
Honestly, I want to play as long as I can. I don't see. I never understood why people put an age gap, age cap, sorry, on the game. Especially because I was huge into Counter Strike. I watched competitive Counter Strike way before I even had a computer.
Okay.
I absolutely love it. So when I saw people like Olof and Freiberg, Getright, JW, Crims, I never understood why people said, "Oh no, it's all about even Fallen." I never understood why people said, "No, you hit 28 and you're done. Like life is, or not even 28. Some people don't even make it that long." I think it's just, yes, life does change. You have to start worrying about taxes and bills, but if you enjoy it and you can do it for as long as you can, do it for as long as you can. You're never gonna do it again in your life, so make the most of it.
Absolutely.
Skill's living proof.
Still is indeed living proof, and I hope.
Yeah.
Well, let me come to Nixa then, because they I mean, coming into the third split, they were the favourites to take second place, and so there's going to be massive disappointment there. Mr. Lowe has already announced that he's retiring, and I'm hoping that's just a moment of deep frustration and upset, and he'll take some time and think and so on. So what are your thoughts, Werty? I'm going to ask you, Mr. Lowe retiring. Do you think it'll stick?
I hope not. Because, I still remember playing privates with him and Papa Capes at 3 o'clock in the morning. So
Sure.
I really hope it doesn't happen, but I don't see why he should. I think he's playing very good Rocket League. If he thinks that he needs to give time to other things in his life, fair enough. That's fair. But if it's more of a demotivation thing, I don't think he should look at it like that at all. Because I went through the same thing last year. I was like, I'm 19 and I didn't make Worlds. No, it's over for me. But I really hope he doesn't.
Yeah, well, as I said in my tweet, I'm looking forward to seeing the new out of retirement team at the start of next season. maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. Okay, so chat, have you got any questions? Dump them in now, because we're coming to the back end of this conversation, so I want to make sure you get your questions asked if you have them. Leoxy.
On a LAN, you get to play on low ping, but you also need to think about if there's a major spot that interests orgs a lot more, and that means there is more investment in the region, and more investments equals, of course, more money, and players can either we could have even more pros that can do this full time, or just be even more motivated. So it's kind of a matter of how much it attracts orgs to even motivate the players even more, and that get more visibility and kind of a circle around that.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up, guys. I'm going to do a quick round, starting with you, Werty, then Sweaty, then Leoxy. If there's anything you feel we should have covered, anything else you want to say before we wrap it all up, Werty.
I think you just have to thank the three people actually who aren't here, Willu, Gizo, and Galaxy, because they are also kind of very important to what happened this season. I think in terms of how we got here. Say if you change one of those variables at any point, maybe we would have never qualified for Worlds. So overall, I think just thanks to everybody. It was fun this entire season. I hope that everyone both succeeds in their careers further.
Fabulous. Well said. Thank you, Werty. Sweaty.
Say thanks to Defunct maybe for him leaving my team so that I could end up in this situation with all these series of events. Okay. Yeah.
All right, cool. And Leoxy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree with Werty. Big thanks to Gizzo and Galaxy. And I know Willow isn't here, but this man is truly fabulous. The amount of work he has put in and dedication is absolutely crazy. So I want to give a big shout out to him for being great, honestly.
Fantastic. Well, listen, guys, it's amazing. I still have to remind myself how amazing it is that we can even be having this sort of conversation. You know, if we go back 2 years, if we go June of 2021, we were all, you know, myself personally, I was trying to find casting opportunities in Europe and other places in the world. I was like, if I'm gonna have involvement in Rocket League, it's gonna have to be out of South Africa because there's like nothing going on here. And this sort of conversation was just not even a possibility. And now here we are talking about the three of you and Willu going to Worlds, representing our region. And I can't tell you how proud I am that we have someone from Reunion Island. It's not just South Africans who are going. It's really awesome. So I think that's going to wrap it up, and I'm going to say, Werty, get the paperwork done, please.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
And whatever you do, don't put the paperwork on that shelf behind you because we'll never see it again.
Okay, wait. Can I clear this up? Wait, I have one opportunity. Okay.
Yes, go.
Okay. This right is amazing because it's not technically my room. Okay. And in every interview I've ever done, people have always talked about this, right? This bookshelf, super messy, all that kind of stuff. I was completely fine. The only thing in this room is this computer. That's it. That's the only thing that I use. But it's such a good piece of conversation. So yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, well, we'll get it all in order, and I'm going to be traveling to Worlds. I'll be there for Wildcard as well.
Hey.
And when I saw, I didn't go to Worlds last year. I didn't go to the Wildcard, and when I saw what was going on, I promised myself I would never miss SSA teams competing on a global stage. It was so I'm thrilled for the opportunity to be there and to there's no crowds at Wildcard, but man, if whatever mics there are, they're going to hear my voice because I want to be shouting for you. I'm enormously proud, Werty, of what you've done, Sweaty, and of course Willu and Leoxy. Thanks for taking an interest in our region and helping this team and being a part of it. When the story of SSA is written in the years to come, you know, all three of you and Willu are going to be part of that mix and part of what made it great. So from all of us here, congratulations on doing it and making the season entertaining. I mean, that last regional was exhausting, and I had so many highs and lows because I was thrilled for any of whichever team made it, but desperately sad for those who didn't. Disappointed with the players, but congratulations! What a fight from behind. Everyone had you down and out, and against the odds, you made it, and now you will go represent us at Worlds. So the best of luck to you all.
Thank you so
very
much.
Awesome, guys. All right, good. Well, that will wrap it up. So it's been amazing to see their journey and what they're doing. I hope you've enjoyed that chat. And yeah, the next time we see them is going to be in Düsseldorf, Germany. Having said that, though, I am actually going to try and organize next week a best of 7 between Limitless and French Class, because a lot of us are suffering a bit of trauma from a lack of closure on what happened on Sunday night. We didn't get to see a proper conclusion to the regional. So maybe we can at least see them compete, and maybe they can beat Limitless once again. So we're now going to go. Oh, you know what? Willu is live. We have to go and raid him. There's no question. We're going to go from the conversation with the team of French Class. Willu couldn't be here because he is playing right now. So let's go and raid Willu. Thanks for the sub, Acid. Right at the end, you got it in right at the end. 13 months in a row. What a rock star. So let's go and say how's it to Willu. Try not to disrupt him too much because he might be in an actual match. So we don't want him to lose because of us. But let's go say how's it to Willu. Under the team from French Class, thanks for being here. Good luck to you. Peace. I'm out. All right, gentlemen. Did you
Thanks,
go?
Fabian.
Okay.